Hello and welcome to The Wave from Ocean Reef, a podcast about the flow of life today and how you and I might ride with or swim against it. I'm Dan Meyer, Chaplain-in-Residence at the beautiful Ocean Reef community in Key Largo, Florida, and here's The Wave for today. In the last episode of The Wave from Ocean Reef, I reflected upon the strange phenomenon that some people deem to be great in their public performance turn out to be far less than great in their private life. I don't say this to throw stones. There are too many inconsistencies or contradictions in my own life that should keep anyone from idealizing me. The heroicizing of very flawed people would be less rampant, I think, were American culture and popular psychology not so adept at compartmentalizing human life. What we do in private and what we do in public are often conceived of as separate realities, almost like the apparently distinct compartments in a great ship. By this reasoning, issues of personal character and professional performance are always regarded as distinct. The difficulty is that the various compartments of our psyche or external life are not really so neatly sealed off from one another, any more than the various holds of the Titanic turned out to be. A tendency toward dishonesty, disloyalty, or any other moral weakness may be contained for a brief period in one compartment. Left unaddressed, however, it will eventually rise over the tops of our convenient walls and flood the adjoining compartments of our lives. The ultimate consequences for an individual or society, as for a ship, can be catastrophic. Psychologists Henry Cloud and John Townsend urge us to recognize that we are already living in a flooding culture. In a world that has begun to explain away people's behavior with a variety of excuses, they write, people are left wondering why their lives do not work. But most of our problems result from our own character weakness. Where we do not possess inner strength, we either get stuck or fall. If a relationship requires understanding and forgiveness, and we don't have that character ability, then the relationship will not make it. If a difficult time period in work requires patience and delay of gratification, and we do not possess those traits, we will fail. Character is almost everything, write Cloud and Townsend. Character refers to a person's ability and inability, to his or her moral makeup, their functioning in relationships, and how they do tasks. Can he love? Can she be responsible? Can he have empathy for others? Can she develop her talents? Can he solve problems? Can she deal with failure? And how does he reflect the image of God? Imagine how much better our life in our homes, in our communities, and our nation might be were a revolution of character to take place among our public figures and our private players alike. Reflecting on and trying to grow our personal character is a big part of what healthy spiritual communities are for. If you haven't lately explored any of the ones that meet at the Ocean Reef Chapel and Fellowship Center or in some religious community closer to you, I invite you to make that investment and just see what happens. The late, and I will say great, Army General Norman Schwarzkopf once remarked, and I quote, that leadership is a potent combination of two things, character and strategy. If you have to be without one, relinquish strategy, said the general. So, what if we made the development and exhibition of great character our personal and our national strategy? That's today's wave from Ocean Reef. If you know of others who might appreciate this sort of content, I hope you'll pass it along or encourage them to find me on Spotify, Apple, or other podcast outlets. Until next time, I'm Dan Meyer, hoping that the flow of life is good for you.